Chi'n gwrando I YYFM.
You're listening to YYFM.
You're listening to YYFM. I'm Lynn and I'm your host for today. My guest is Nick Clement, a writer and author of children's books, and he tells me that he's dedicated to creating stories that do more than just entertain, they empower children. Welcome, Nick.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit more about what it is you do and who it helps.
So I'm a qualified teacher. I've been a teacher for over a decade now. I was a teacher in a primary school, a local primary school, for over 8 years. I left the profession when the new curriculum came in because I had ideas of my own that I wanted to implement that couldn't be implemented, and created confident, healthy individuals, which is which we've named Chieducation because we didn't have the rights for the name Chi. So our aim is, through a variety of different things, creating confident, healthy individuals. So we started off with schools, where we went into schools, delivered workshops that would be cross-curricular, but would have an underlying theme of well-being.
So how do you actually deliver this?
So we will go into a school. There's a variety of different ways. We can teach the class for the whole day. We can teach a class for over a 6-week period, a half term. Or it can be simply that we go into the school and we deliver a 1-hour session with each class. So I've done things like soft play yoga with children, and then I'll go into Key Stage 2 and do Romeo and Juliet. So it's a complete variety of different things that we do in different ways.
Are you seeing the benefits from this?
Oh, massively. What we try to do is there's an element of improving children's confidence in everything we do. So my ethos is to get children to perform as much as they possibly can. So whether that's in sports or whether it's performing arts or whether it's something else that we're doing, at the end of a lesson, we will evaluate and get children to talk about each other's performance to boost that confidence. You know, when I first go into a school, you'll have children who are upset, withdrawn, don't want to perform at all in any kind of way. So we used strategies such as half and half. So half the class performing, half the class watching. So you won't have just one child performing at a time. So that would be cruel, wouldn't it? And then you slowly getting the children used to performing in a fun and different way, until then all of a sudden they're constantly asking, can we perform by ourselves? You know, the change I've seen in some children has been amazing.
I understand that you have recently released some new books, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. We have a series of books that are called Mindfulness Adventures. So our latest book is called Let's Meet Di the Dragon, about a Welsh dragon who lives in a cave. We discover him, where he lives, and he travels across Wales. But these books are special because they introduce mindfulness and mindfulness techniques in a very playful and calm way. So first book is called Let's Look Through the Window. That's for younger children, that incorporates mindfulness techniques such as moving your hands, moving your fingers, as well as breathing techniques like blowing the leaves off the tree, etc.
So on what ages are we talking about then?
So for the first book, I would say older two maybe, so 2 to 5 or 6. And then Let's Meet Di the Dragon is more for 4 to 8.
Mm. And how do you find that they engage? Are they quite good? Exciting?
Yeah, I've seen in the classroom, I've tried it. That's what I love doing with Di the Dragon. He's our actual mascot as well. So I'll go into schools, read the book, and then Di the Dragon will come around the classes and meet them. But in schools, it's lovely to see where you've got these children who are quite tense, and you can see the body shape, the body position that they're in. And after I've read the story, you can see they're very relaxed, very calm. And I tend to read them to my boys before they go to sleep, because it just has that calm and relaxed effect on them.
So if there's any teachers that want to find out more about the services that you offer and the benefits of it, how should they go about it?
So we have a website called www.chieducation.co.uk, and there's a little tab there that says projects, and that will display all the different cross-curricular wellbeing projects that we do. And just simply choose which one you like, drop us an email, and we can arrange a time for me to go in, or for the staff to go in.
And how is it delivered? Is it during school hours, or do you do after club or outdoor events?
Yeah, we deliver the workshops in schools, but we also have holiday clubs. So our holiday clubs are not like usual holiday clubs whereby children are in school and in the school hall. My firm belief is that they should be as far away from school as they possibly can. So all our holiday clubs are outdoor parks such as Penllygau Woods, we've got Bringarw Park. So these amazing facilities where children can just go and do what they need to, obviously in a safe environment where we are, but mostly just being outside as much as they possibly can be, if the weather's quite nice.
In nature, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's not quite forest school, but it's the forest school ethos of being outside as much as possible. And I hate being inside for too long. So I'll put my wet stuff on, my wellies, like we do in the middle of October, whenever it is the half term is, and we're outside as much as possible.
And how do you advertise this?
So we're on Facebook. That seems to be the best way to try and reach people. We've also got the website, the same thing, chieducation.co.uk, and you'll see holiday clubs. And we update that regularly, so you'll be able to see when the next one is on. So we're currently in the process of registering with CIW, the Care Inspectorate of Wales. So we're aiming by Easter, hopefully, to have 3 solid locations that will stay those locations. But the process is massive. It's like 14, 15 weeks.
So this isn't just for schools, is it? There are other groups that could ask for your services?
Yeah, we've worked with nurseries previously. We've worked with scouts. So we're always open to work with a variety of
Have
different
you
people.
got one of your books to hand?
Yes, I have. I've got Let's Meet Di the Dragon. Do you want me to read a little bit?
Yes, that would be good, yes.
Okay. Look, Di is waking up. Let's whisper Di to wake him. He's opened one eye and now the other. Now look, his long tail is wagging from side to side. Wiggle your hips slowly as if you had a tail. Then stretch your arms above your head as if they're wings.
Oh, that's lovely. That's
great.
There's many groups that can use your services, and so many children could benefit from this. In today's society, is it because of the pressures of social media that you feel this is so useful?
Yeah, I think because of the digital age that we live in, I'm guilty of it myself. As being a parent, I've got 2 boys who are 3 and 5, and it's very easy when we are busy to give children an electronic device, a tablet, an iPad, etc. So we're just taking that back a little bit into the old-fashioned types of way of just using different techniques to calm the mind when you're having so much stimulation from electronics.
Yes, there is so much about now, isn't there? As you mentioned earlier, I think when we spoke of Snapchat and Facebook, it's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's everywhere. So what we've done, Mark Jones, the co-author of the books with me and him, we've also created a mental health first aid course for teenagers. So that's something that we're really passionate about now, going back into the academic year in September. What that does, the mental health first aid, is it teaches the children, the teenagers, to be able to support each other. One thing that we had from the conversations with teenagers, working with Porth Community School, is that they'd like to support each other and they wouldn't like just to be signposted all the time and asking teachers for help. So they wanted strategies to be able to support each other. So we go into the comps, we teach the children the basics of mental health first aid, you know, the red flags, the symptoms, the signs, and we explain how they can help and support each other and seek that help as well of signposting, which is crucial because we are not specialists. They are not going to be specialists in whatever area it is, but there's signposting then to get further help if it needs to be. So we cover a variety of different topics, from anorexia, depression, self-harm, you know, the list goes on.
Way do you support them? I think you mentioned signposting, isn't it? And
Yeah, so there's 2 ways. So first of all, we create a better understanding of what the symptoms and the signs are. So if you see it within a family member, you see it within a peer, that might give you a little bit of hint. Oh, something's not quite right here. They've become withdrawn or whatever it is. It might be the symptom. So then we explain to them, right, this is what you can do. First of all, you can try this. And if this doesn't work, then this is the person that you possibly need to go to. You need to go to a teacher. You need to phone this number. You need to text this number. Or you need to go to this website. So it's kind of like, this might be not a serious matter to start off with. Try this and this and this. And then if it is a serious matter, then this is where you need to go. So it's not only for the peers, it's for themselves as well.
So is it voluntary when you go into the schools, these groups that you arrange, is it voluntary or does it form part of the classroom?
So it's voluntary currently. So we've do a number of different things. So we have the course which the pupils sign up to themselves, and they want to become mental health first aiders. And we also go into assemblies, and we do those assemblies for free as well in secondary schools. And that gives us the opportunity then to speak to a few hundred pupils at a time. And that is just a very brief 15, 20 minutes of this is what you need to be looking out for. If you think your friend has this, please go and see a teacher today, etc.
Yeah. And how is the engagement? Are they quite engaged?
Yeah, we've had amazing feedback actually. I think because it's done in a very informal way and it's very child-led, we took on a lot of advice of what they would like to see in the course. We do a lovely thing called journaling as well. So while we are going through the course, they're allowed to scribble, they're allowed to draw, they're allowed to do anything they want on that piece of paper to allow them to take more information in. So it's very, very relaxed. And I think what they like about it most is they get time out of class as well.
Yes, that's always a benefit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've mentioned the first two books. Do you have another one coming out soon?
Yes, we do. Hopefully by September. The next one is called Let's Meet the Monsters Under the Bed. This story came about, my eldest son, Emma, he's 5 years old. He struggled sleeping at night, or he was struggling sleeping at night. And he said he was worried about the monsters under the bed, what children usually say. So I thought, there must be a way that we can add in mindfulness to that kind of storyline to help children go to sleep, because it fits in nicely anyway with relaxing and calming children. So Mark and I came up with the idea of creating 4 different monsters that all had these special well-being powers of some kind. So one of them has gratitude powers, the others has tension, positive affirmations, and breathing techniques. The 4 different little monsters. And these 2 children called Stacey and Harry meet the monsters one at a time, do a little playful technique with that monster before they meet the next one as well. And what we've included in this one, as you can imagine, they're evolving as we go in. So this time we've given parents in the book 10 different techniques they can use for each one. So 10 different gratitude exercises you can do, tension, positive affirmation, breathing techniques. So it's kind of like it could be different every single time you read the story with the child, if that child decides to use whatever technique it is that they'd like to do.
So the techniques and the book we've just spoken about as well, is this suitable for those who may need additional learning?
Yeah, it's definitely suitable. That's one thing that we discussed and we wanted to include in the books is repetition. So we try and add in a lot of the breathing techniques. Sometimes will be very similar, kind of same, so that it becomes very easy for the children to read. And we've found that children with ALN will often like to go back to the story, especially the first one, Let's Look Through the Window, because it's very simple, very playful. There's a lot of hand movements and finger movements in there, and it seems to suit children who are neurodiverse or with ALN.
Right. So for all the parents out there listening, if they may want to buy these books to help their children, where can they find them?
So there's 2 different ways. You can go on our website, again, chieducation.co.uk, or we're actually currently on Amazon. So we have paper copies on Amazon and on the website, and we are currently in the process of turning these into ebooks as well. So by September, we've worked with a publisher. We should have 5 books in the series, and they will all be digitized and turned into audiobooks. But if you want to buy the paper copy now, it's Amazon or our website.
Right. So for any events coming up in the future now, where should people follow you?
So we're on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Facebook and Instagram, slightly different. It's Chieducation 22 and everything else should be Chieducation. But if you type it in on Google, it should all be there.
Brilliant. Oh, thanks ever so much for your time, and it sounds all very exciting.
Diolch am wrando I YYFM. Am fwy o gynnwys fel hyn I ddilyn ni ar-lein ac I adael ni wybod beth hoffech chi glywed nesaf, ewch I itsyfm.com.
Thanks for listening to YYFM. For more content like this, to follow us online and to tell us what you want to hear more of, visit itsyfm.com.